between the Wallace brethren and Mackay and Kelso's Bennett, Forsyth and Roxburgh. Kelso field the 15 who brought them through a tight semi-final against Curry. Pacey backs, Ian Fairley a spearhead, John Wern influential in option choice, the lighter pack Ian Fullerton a key line-out target, and an abrasive loose forward trio that includes the captain and their one cap player in Adam Roxburgh. And so the Kelso team being presented to Charlie Ritchie, the president of the Scottish Rugby Union, formerly of Aberdeen Grammar School FP. And there the Kelso support, 16 busloads of Kelso supporters. They come from all over the place: Yettam, Cornhill, Moorbattle, Greenlaw, Gordon, Duns and Churnside, and all points west. And there Angus Meldrum, the managing director of Caledonian Breweries, meeting the Glasgow Hawks side. There Tommy Hayes on the left, an influential figure today, Mike Beckham the big fella, Charles Afuaqua, and right down the line there, the Simmers brothers together, but no dampening the spirit of the Kelso supporters here today. All the colours of the rainbow. And there we have in the white jersey a former shrewd and skilled standoff fullback with the Langham Club. That's the referee, Charlie Muir. He's been a referee for 14 years. He'll take charge of Argentina versus Uruguay in Buenos Aires on August 15th, a World Cup qualifier. His one international assignment, America versus Wales in San Francisco, July 97. A big day for Charlie Muir. And so the teams are called together and there's a great roar of applause all round Murrayfield.
Well, it's going to be some game, as you say, the small-town team, Kelso, up against the big city bunch, the Hawks. They've got some support. Buses coming from Dumfries and Oban to follow that team. All depends how they start.
And that's the innovation here at Murrayfield. The little trolley thing, remote control, that takes out the kicking tee that the ball's placed on. So we're all set to go in this third cup final. Hoyk, Melrose, the previous winners. 80 minutes of thrilling rugby, and they're a key man today, Tommy Hayes, who gets the game started for the Hawks. Lovely high ball. Kelso leave it to Wern, the standoff half, the South African from Johannesburg. An unusual feature today is that the two standoffs, one Tommy Hayes is from New Zealand and the Cook Islands, and John Wern there is from South Africa. Modern rugby, new style. Here's a key man for the Hawks. So the first throw in from Chris Doherty. And there's the manoeuvring and a marvellous lift there. Beautiful ball out to Hayes, and right away it's Wilson who takes it back into the forwards. Simmers feeds out. Drive on there by Doherty. And a typical flaring start as Hayes once again prods it through. It looks good. And it is good. So that's the kind of play that Tommy Hayes will be looking for.
That's a great start by the Hawks. When they played against Kelso both times this season, they've won by a good few points, but they've always had their possession disrupted. Two neat balls there. Great kick by Hayes.
Colin Jackson was the fellow who got back for Kelso, the left wing, and he's moved out to augment the midfield. Once again, Doherty's throw so important. Afuaqua up high, took it well. There's the drive over. Referee Charlie Muir was well positioned. Simmers goes round himself, but well knocked over there by Simon Forsyth, the Kelso number 8 forward. Three pairs of brothers playing today, of course. The Simmers brothers for the Glasgow Hawks, with the Lane brothers in the Kelso side, and of course the Wallace brothers in the Glasgow Hawks back row. Number 8 at the tail there for the Hawks is Gordon Mackay, who's had a tremendous season for them. We'll see some bullocking runs from him today if the Hawks can manoeuvre that. Mackay took it at the tail. Simmers, Hayes, Wilson going. Wilson is through. Has he rolled over the line? Referee decided the ball was held up. And so it'll be the scrimmage to the Hawks.
I think here we see the fact that the Hawks want to take the short route. Wilson through a couple of drives. Well, that was close.
Still a useful position for the Hawks. They got the drive on, but Cow did well. And Wern got it away. This is the South African, John Wern, who was over at Melrose Sevens in '95 with the Villager club from Cape Town, and here he is as the Kelso standoff. Very important figure for them. And here Chris Doherty, 22-year-old. Charles Afuakwa, number 4 there. Oh, and he timed it well. His timing was superb. And there was the drive from a distance, coming from a bit deeper. That was good stuff. Now it's Hayes once again. Wilson with the attempted handoff. Laid back beautifully, the drive on again by Doherty. They're up to the Kelso 22. Simmers once again. Hayes. Mackay goes. Gets it out there, and a little kick through.
Well, I think they were just asking too much in the end of Beckham. It was good stuff. Again, taking the short route, going for Mackay. And this little chip is such a cruel one for a tight head prop. Beckham couldn't get there.
Simmers, Hayes, the other Simmers, Chris Simmers this time. Super tackle there by Cow. Wallace feeding out. This is Metcalf going. Metcalf still absolutely lethal in space. Great run by him, wiggling away there as Simmers tries to feed it out. Now Wilson gives it to Hayes. Hayes half through. There is an overlap there if they can be controlled. Mackay veering round the battleship in full flow, all guns blazing. That's him. Almost up to, well, almost up to the Kelso line, but not forward. Kelso will get the scrimmage. And so Gordon Mackay, who's had a spectacular season in lots of ways.
I think you see the flair here. Look at Metcalf, came off his foot, tried to look for David Wilson. Good defence by Kelso, though. When they got the ball out, it ended up going way out to Mackay, and he had to go. Couldn't get there.
Cow to Wern. There's a great kick, cleared by Wern. Hasn't found his touch, though. This is Metcalf. There's the little wiggle. And very well tackled indeed there by Ian Fairley. Now, you watch for this fella. This fellow as well, Metcalf, who is so dangerous. Watch again.
There's some class on display here, because this man gets past the first tackle every time. Fairley with a belter of a second tackle. Now, he is going to be a good player, Ian Fairley. Wants to be a scrum half too, and here he is playing centre. Class player.
Throw in for Keith Thompson. Knocked back to Cow. Wern taking it fairly flat. Roxburgh going on a bit further. That's the Kelso 10 metres line. No scrum half there. And that was a big loss for Kelso as it's fed out. McElwham went first of all. Now it's Hayes. Here's Metcalf once again. Look how he always makes ground, and he's strong with it. Interception there beautifully by Stuart Lang. Great roars from the Kelso crowd. The prop forwards take it on. That was Stuart Murray who took it further, but holding on to the ball down there. Penalty to the Hawks.
Well, we have a game and a half here, because this is beautiful stuff. Metcalf again gets past the first tackle, but watch this for an interception. Whoa! Stuart laying off and running. Great play.
Little bit of ill-mannered booing, but Hayes with the big match temperament. Lovely view from our camera position. Has he pulled it in? It looks very good, and it's spot on. First blood to the Glasgow Hawks. Tommy Hayes' penalty goal. 3-0. They've played 14 minutes. Adam Roxburgh at the tail there for Kelso. And it was meant for the back. Roxburgh did well to get it. Cow, Wern, Missed out everybody. Great burst there. This is the fellow I was telling you about. Ian Fairley is so quick. Cow with a little chip kick into the corner. It's a beauty. And so Kelso trying desperately hard there to release this flying man in the centre, Ian Fairley. And that, this tough little scrum half, Graham Cow.
Great place to attack from. You feel this game has just turned a bit. The Hawks were attacking for, what, 10 minutes, didn't get there, had a penalty. Look at that, 5 yards out. Your throw in, all manner of tricks you can play.
Keith Thompson's throw. Oh, tremendous catching there. Fullerton helping. Now this is going to be a very handy ball indeed for Kelso as it goes to Wern. There's a switch. Fairley is clean through, and what a beautiful try that is. It looked so simple, but magnificently taken. Ian Fairley's 17th try of the season. 5-3 Kelso lead. They played 16 minutes.
Well, there's a certain beauty and simplicity, isn't it? They took the line-out ball, they got it into midfield. Look at this, a simple little crash ball from Fairley. He is a good player, that's a good try.
The conversion from Wern. And it's a beauty. 7-3 it is. Actually, everybody drifted here, and the loose forwards were checked very quickly by another dummy run. And that let Fairley get through.
The way they did it, they just opened up that Hawks midfield. The Hawks are under pressure here.
Fairley's 17th try of this season. It's 7-3 to Kelso. 16 minutes played. Hayes with a very high long restart. And again, it's Fairley off his left foot this time, and that's an awkward rolling ball. But lovely pick-up by Metcalf. Metcalf kidded on everybody. Here he goes again, this brilliant New Zealander. Almost up to the Kelso 22. But Cow works it out to Roxburgh. He's caught by Hayes. Metcalf was in there as well. A ball here would give Kelso a bit of handy running. However, it's Cow whose kick is charged down.
This was sheer brilliance. Let's hope Metcalf can do some of this down under in Australia, because he just took off, kept beating men, eventually brought to ground.
Still a lovely afternoon here, and a huge crowd. A huge by cup tie standards. They reckon about 10 to 11,000 in here now. Alan Forrest, the touch judge there from Hoy. And the throw-in from Chris Doherty.
So far, the Hawks haven't done anything sensible from lineouts. They've been very predictable. Everything's gone into the midfield, then crashed. They need to shift it wide. Can't even win their own
got
lineout.
The timing wrong there. Fullerton has a go. Tackled by Mackay, who's doing some great work all around the pitch. Cow once again. Wern going, no way past Tommy Hayes. Little bit high in the tackle, but Kelso keeping it going. Forsyth is a go now, up to halfway. It's Cow once again. Kelso have got the bit between their teeth here. Cow still going. Lovely, delicate little grubber kick. The Kelso support are roaring their heads off here.
Well, Kelso overall are playing with a tempo this early in the match the Hawks cannot get up to. They're winning the ball, which the Hawks aren't doing, and they're putting the Glasgow team under pressure.
Hayes, huge stump, hasn't found his touch though. Left it to David Baird. Former wing, now fullback. Super follow-up tackle there by Alistair Common. And Kelso maybe should have made more of that. This is Doherty going, the tackle by Wern, halfway. Beckham goes thumping on like a steam engine flat out. Now it's Simmers, long feed out to Hayes. Simmers still. The other Simmers, the slightly younger one. Stuart Simmers out, Hayes. Referee telling somebody to shut up. Wilson gives it out to Common. Common going, but a super tackle there by Stephen Ross. That's the second cracking tackle the Kelso right wing has put in. That was an important one, because your man Common was accelerating.
Well, you think if the Hawks will get success, it'll be by driving and then by moving it wide. That's where their pace is, that's where they're attacking. But this is a cracking tackle on Common.
Wern's restart. Fullerton has a go. Stuart Bennett was right behind him. This is Wern again, running into David Wilson. Cow. This is Metcalf. And really the Hawks forwards were a wee bit slow to rally to that point. Beckham certainly is showing them the way. This big, hefty Cook Islander, born in Auckland. Now it goes out to Wilson, to Simmers. Real chance here as Hayes goes through the middle. Can he link up to Stark? Stark going for the corner. That is a brilliant score. A typical bit of acceleration there in the Hawks back division. Derek Stark, the scorer. 8-3, the Hawks are in the lead. 25 minutes played. 8-7, Hawks in the lead.
Bill, you can't beat pace and passing. Look at this. They're crowding the midfield. Kelso trying to stop their men. But there's class. Hayes offloads to Stark. You don't catch Stark. And that's where the Hawks are going to score tries, if at all, and that's out wide with that pace.
The point is they didn't expect Tommy Hayes to be out here in an outside centre position, and his timing of the pass was perfect. He brought the man in. You only need to give Derek Stark one little sniff of the line, and with his pace he's gone. The Rolls-Royce has scored again. 8-7. So Tommy Hayes then, he hasn't kicked as well as he usually does so far, and you can see from the flag there just a little ripple of breeze, nothing much. Of course, he's puffing. He took part in that move with a loop. Hayes then. Certainly high enough. Yes, that's more like the Hayes we know.
Kelso knew where the danger was. Look, they'd crammed the midfield with Roxburgh. But there's Hayes, who's played for Waikato. Offloads it to the man who's played for Scotland. Might have been a touch forward. But no matter where the defence was, they got round it.
10 points to 7 for the Hawks, and they've played 26 minutes of the first half. This is Common. And he got past his man initially there, Stephen Ross. If you watch here, he gets past number 14, Stephen Ross, just there with a little insider. But it looked like Stuart Bennett, and when you get hit by Stuart Bennett, you get hit. And there's Stuart Bennett, the other flank forward, number 6, a nephew of Charlie Stewart, the old Kelso international flank forward, who's down in front of us actually watching the match. Half a Kelso here, all the old stagers too. This big laddie Fullerton's doing very well. He's played 11 times for the south of Scotland, of course, for the Border Reivers as they're called. This is Roxburgh was trying to work away there. Cow feeds out to Wern. There's the switch to Gordon Lane coming in. Again to the forwards. Cow. Wern again. Change of tactic. Little chip kick through. Taken there by Stark. Stark with a little kick ahead. Stark still. Feed on there to Wilson. Over the 22. Beckham goes thundering on. 18 stones, 13 on the hoof. Simmers and Fullerton breaking away back. Get to your feet, said the referee. It's a penalty almost in front of the post to the Hawks.
Good run by Beckham. I think if Kelso have a fault is they are making a lot of infringements. Great little chip by Stark. Again, the Hawks trying to move things out wide. A little push on Wern. It pops up to him.
Just a wee chip kick. There it blows, and it's another 3 points for Tommy Hayes, his third successful kick of the afternoon. It's 13 points to 7 for the Hawks, and they've 6 minutes to go to the break.
Some of these lads came through last night, and I tell you, it looks it. Young McNaught on the right. I know too many of those faces. Now, Kelso have a problem here because they've got to get up the pitch, and the Hawks, I think, are starting to dominate.
Mackay as so often, makes ground. And there's McElwham, who's going with Scotland to Fiji and Australia. What an opportunity for him, the loose head prop forward. Simmers. Oh, lovely feed there from the older Wallace Fergus. Huge kick in behind Stephen Ross. So that's Stephen Ross, number 14, who's played for the South at all the junior levels, 18, 19, 21.
Good contrast in styles, in that Kelso don't have the ultimate pace out wide. I suspect they have more pace up front. You know, they have more pace in that pack, and if they can get Roxburgh running in the loose, they can cause some damage, and that's a good hooker. He gets around.
Keith Thompson, the 30-year-old farmer. Keith Thompson's throw was a beauty there, and it's a good drive by Kelso. They're the lighter pack, but they got so tight together there. They've made 10, 12 metres, but interfering on the floor, and there Adam Roxburgh, I don't think it was him who was penalised, but they've gone 10 metres further forward, and they'll go for goal. Hayes then. Has he drawn it round? Indeed he has. It looked for a moment as if it might be outside, but it was a good kick by him. It's 16 points to 7 from Hawks. It came from the offside here, you see. If you get round on that side, you have to be very careful that you're not blocking off in front of the ball carrier, because referees have been told that the ball carrier must be in contact with the opposition. Good Cow was poised there, but once again Hayes with a monstrous kick. David Baird is back there, and he's on his own so far. But Baird has pace. He's played a lot of rugby as a wing and as a back row man. Now it's Beckham. Whoa. There's only one thing he'll do. There he goes. You can see the steam coming out of his ears when he goes up there, almost up to halfway. That was Metcalf prodding one through. And so it's one of the great sights in rugby football to see a big guy like Beckham. Just watch.
Yeah, I mean, you have to ask yourself the question, would you tackle this man? Well, they did, just the 6 of them did.
Only if there was a reward of £5,000.
Or an insurance policy.
Ooh. Over the top, said the referee. Taken there by Bull Lane, then on to Fullerton, then Cow. Great chance here as Baird came up, and the idea was good, the execution wasn't so hot. David Baird there.
Well, this is speed of thought, just trying to get the ball moving, and they have to move it. And you'll notice there were a few tired Hawks legs here. Cruel kick, that.
The whistle goes for half-time. It's been a very exciting half. There has been some quite good rugby in that half, and it ends with Hawks leading Kelso by 16 points to 7. And just deservedly, maybe, John.
I think they just edged it. You know, with people like Stark, they have that touch of pace. Kelso aren't out of this.
But there, Mike Beckham, who's had a tremendous first half and will be a key figure in this second half, as John Wern gets the second half started for Kelso with a beautifully high lobbed one up there, and Scott Hutton tried to get it first, and there the Hawks forwards keeping very tight there. Look, the drive, they've done it legally. There wasn't anybody in front of the ball carrier. Now it's Hayes out there to Simmers. Metcalf, Common can shift as well. Remember Alistair Common playing as centre when Glasgow High Kelvin Side won the Shield here a year ago. But they're holding on to the ball on the ground, and so it's a penalty to Kelso.
This was actually poor passing by the Hawks. Most of the passes were behind, but Common went for his man. He didn't get by him. You know, he hasn't got past his man. That's good defending.
Beckham left it. Metcalf back inside to Hayes. Hayes, what tremendous pace. There's a real chance here as Mackay goes. Mackay over the 22. But it went forward, I think, The Dutch judge Rob Dixon of Madras College FP is saying,
well, this is just class, isn't it? Watch the wee inside pass here to his teammate, former Waikato player. Now that is real ability. And Mackay here, maybe he was told him to go on. It was a good tackle that messed it up.
There's a lovely view of the tunnel, which has to be kept clear, of course. And there, Adam Roxburgh is not allowed. Technically, only front row people can hold front row people like that. However, it's Simmers. Common once again. Common going for the corner, feeding it back inside. It's a try for David Wilson. The captain has given the Hawks the score they so badly needed, but it's been called off. We can have another look, I think, to that likely try by David Wilson. Watch his left foot here. There, and it did just touch the line, and that would be enough. Referee and touch judge decision, right? Both are ex-pupils of mine. You'd expect nothing less. Hawks 10 metres line. Beckham comes to the tail of the line out to... well, you can see why. He's marking his opposite number. Darren Howlett has moved to the back, but a great jump there again by Fullerton. Cow. Wern. Yes, Laying. Dangerous runner and much underrated player is Gordon Laying. An outstanding sevens player. This is Beckham. Yeah, but Wern knocked away, got him second time. Simmers out. Lovely catch by Hayes. Hayes half through. Big, strong legs working. Taken on by Doherty. Once again from Simmers. Ooh, that was a saving dive, wasn't it? If ever there was one. David Wilson, who sold his life there, but you must get to your feet before you play the ball. If you've gone down in the tackle or gone over it, leave it alone. That's the best rule. Tommy Hayes has missed his target once or twice, but he has kicked 4 goals. Is this going to be the 5th? Hayes then, he's given it a big enough bang, and it's clean through. That is a vital kick by Tommy Hayes, his 5th of the afternoon. It's 19 points to 7 for the Hawks. They played 11 minutes of the second half. Hayes is at it again. And Fullerton once again with the deflection, and it was Thompson, the hooker, who took it in. Cow, Wern. There's the man I was telling you about, Fairley. He is so desperately quick, and he wiggles about so well at pace as well. Cow feeds it out to Wern. And the knock on there by Gordon Laying. Yes, Hawks will get the put in.
Well, that was some run by Fairley, because watch this, as he gets the ball, he moves a couple of different ways. One in, out, and skins his man. Hayes just had him, but he got him away. He's a special player.
Trying to go up the side. Roxburgh feeds on. Fullerton has a go. Thrown down there by Hutton. Oh, there's a chance here as Fairley goes. Fairley feeding on to Gordon Laying. Gordon Laying up to the 22, gives it on, and it's going to be a try for Colin Jackson, but the Dutch judge's flag is up. Metcalf in on the tackle there. A beautiful move by Kelso. Colin Jackson thwarted.
Well, this is so close. And I tell you, Kelso have come right back into this game, because Fairley ignited it. It was taken on. And watch for Metcalf here. He must have been panicking. He eventually just got his man in. That's good defence.
Just been told that the attendance today is 23,354. And, well, it's been like a crowd like that. The enthusiasm has been tremendous. They've contributed an awful lot to the pleasure of the occasion. Little once again. Little's a crafty fellow. Stark is away. Stark coming off his right foot as he does so well. Going back into the forwards from Afuaqua. No, Little, Hayes. They've got Stark out there. This is Hayes now. Hayes all the way through. It's Simmers going. Simmers to Common. Common, has he got it down? The Dutch judge indicates that it's okay. And the try is awarded, a brilliant try for Alistair Common.
Well, weight of numbers told in the end. Again, it wasn't perfect, but it was Hayes that just created the little gap. Simmers with a lovely little pass to Common, and Common just gets through Fairley's trying just in.
Meanwhile, the man himself already with 5 successful kicks to his name in this match. Tommy Hayes giving it a very good lick. Oh, that is a pip. Well, he's found his kicking touch at just the right time, Tommy Hayes. 26 points to 7, the Hawks lead. And I reckon they've got, what, 5, 10, 14 minutes to go.
Yeah, but it was good stuff. Hayes, well, he went past 2 men before he got into his running. Simmers with a lovely pass, and Common over in the corner. And I do think, Bill, we've seen some tremendous stuff today. We've seen some great rugby from 2 second division sides. Second division teams playing, and they would beat first division sides.
Hayes again, quite astonishing, the gift, the skills of this fella. Fergus Wallace took it a bit further, then Beckham feeds out, then McElwham has a go, as everybody hopes he'll be able to do in Fiji and Australia come this summer. Roxburgh takes a quick penalty to Wern. Great effort there, Cow was in it. Fairley, and the pass just didn't go to hand. They haven't put a foot in touch though. Gordon Lane goes a bit further, deep inside the Hawks 22.
Well, it was good stuff, nicely out, but good defence. Watch all the red jerseys tracking across, forced him across to the touchline. Nowhere to go, really. Metcalf, good tackle.
There's the dig in again. Now look, Adam Roxburgh will try and turn it round once more. Here he goes, but he's done it this time. The pick-up and the drive over by Gordon Mackay. He scored 2 tries in the Premiership, but that one will give him far more pleasure, I'm sure. 31 points to 7, the Hawks lead.
Well, this try is by a man who should have played for Scotland at some stage, Gordon Mackay. Simplest of tries, picked it up, and all day he's been running through people. Simple.
And the Hawks have knocked over the conversion through Hayes, and they are now, one would imagine, pretty near home and dry. They have about 8 minutes of the match left. It's 31 points to 7. Hayes trying the conversion, which I've already anticipated. If he misses it now, I'll look a right pudding. But in fact...
I want the video.
31 points to 7.
I'll have an apple pie.
Wern feeds out, Gordon Lane goes, he's got yes, he had Stuart Bennett coming up inside him, but decided instead to keep feeding it out. Thompson, the hooker, has it. Now Wern plays scrum half. Cow plays centre. He is the scrum half. Bit of pinching by Afuakwa, who almost got away with it that time. Scott Hutton did. Behind the rear foot, said the referee. The tap, quickly taken, and it's Rowley who's going as close as that. Thompson in, burrowing. Get back the 10 metres, and that means now the goal line. That becomes their offside line. Now Adam Roxburgh is in charge. And there's the idea, was to open out to Fairley. Fairley still, he's a wriggler and a wiggler, but no way through there. He went down, you're interfering down there on the ground. Steady, said the referee, it will be a scrimmage. Kelso's put in. And of course, the Hawks have done away with Master Beckham. 18 stones have gone. Michael Blackie's 15 and a bit. Nice touch there from Adam Roxburgh. And Gordon McElwham, of course, they'll be pals on the Fiji-Australian tour coming up.
Yeah, you have to say, Bill, it's been a great advert for the club game, this. You know, it's a type of rugby we're all told isn't important. But today it was important, and it's been important. I think this has been a great game.
And in a way, it's been a testimony, John, to the quality of Division 2 rugby to some extent.
Absolutely.
Well, the big crowd want more. Yes, it's been a lovely atmosphere almost all the way through. Cow feeds out to Wern. In comes Baird. Baird, marvellous tackle by Metcalf. And he was held and he had to release it. There's a drive on by Roxburgh. Bodies all over the place here, and the referee quite right to call it up. Now, who gets the boot in?
Well, it's a grandstand finish by Kelso, desperate to get through the midfield. This was Baird through, gosh, just pulled down by Metcalf. Well, he didn't release the ball, even though Metcalf still had him. In theory, that could have been a penalty the other way. Good tackle by Metcalf.
It's the second try-saving tackle by Glenn Metcalf today, and whereas he's often featured as an attacker, as a defender today, he's been outstanding. So another change in the Kelso side. They're prop forward coming off. And there's the pick-up and drive by Forsyth, thwarted once again. Stuart Bennett in there trying to work it clear. Cow waits, Wern, Gordon Lane. Got there very well by David Wilson. Cow waits. Frustrated there with a Hawk's hand just preventing release. Cow, Wern, the kick through meant, but Common was back there. And Common can touch down at his leisure. And they'll go away back up to the 22.
Well, up to a point, it was a wasted opportunity. There was nobody at the end of that kick, and that was fairly simple for Common.
Kelso still throwing it around. Stuart Bennett now, when he's on the charge, is worth seeing. There's Fairley going. Fairley back inside, and a marvellous run there by Robert Hogarth, the prop forward, who's come on. Back there goes Roxburgh. Kelso playing as if it was sevens. Metcalf starts the counter-attack. He's caught by Forsyth. Rob Dixon, the Dutch judge from Madras College, gets his flag up. And this has been an all-action match, John, right from beginning to end. And a lot of quality forward work and back work of class.
I think there's been a lot of good play here today. Okay, they haven't been the quickest teams at recycling possession, but they wanted to play rugby, they've wanted to move it wide, and on a perfect day we could have had some more tries. Doherty going off. He's had a good game. He's a good driving forward, Doherty. Gets low, gets forward like McElwham.
Ken Horton, a 21-year-old from Ayrshire, he's come on to take his place, and it'll be interesting to see. Michael Blackie there is on the tight head side. Horton has gone in as hooker. He's played for the Glasgow schools and for Glasgow under-18, under-21. And so, and here's an interesting development, because Callum McGregor is coming on, and he's 36. Wonderful to see him get the chance to play. Tommy Hayes goes off to a great ovation, and no wonder, because what a contribution he's made to this performance with his 16 points. And there, out to Simmers. Wilson, nicely Metcalf. This is Stark going. Stark back inside. Callum McGregor was the fella who couldn't quite hold it. But what an experienced fella to come onto the side here. Played for Glasgow Academicals, Gordonians, Boroughmuir. 8 games for the North and Midlands, 27 games for Glasgow. All that experience. Son of Ian McGregor, the former Scottish flank forward and chairman of selectors. Yes, Forsyth was beaten by the drive. He couldn't get hands to it. It was knocked on. So Stephen Rowley in the middle row there for Kelso. They've got 3 very big fellows now, what with Fullerton, Rowley, and of course with Simon Forsyth. Don't tell me that was a squint put in. I can hardly believe it. Cow. Oh, super tackle there. Is it Fergus or Murray Wallace? They both got those scrum cards. It was Fergus that time with the tackle. Cow going. Cow is away. A real chance here, feeding on to Wern. Wern gets to the line. And the referee's whistle has gone for the try. The whole of Kelso is on its feet down in front of us here. Not only the whole of Kelso, but the whole of Yetton, Cornhill, Moorbattle, Greenlaw and all points west. The Selkirk Silver Band adds its contribution. It was a lovely try.
It really was a great break from Cow. What a game he's had. And Wern was in the perfect position. Metcalf couldn't keep him off the ground. That's a good try. Thoroughly deserved.
It's been the kind of rugby Kelso have been playing almost throughout this season. And their little Cow, who's been a dynamic little player throughout, to Wern. Wern tackled by Common and Metcalf, but he kept his head and he kept the ball as well. So it's 31 points to 12, and nobody can say that Kelso didn't deserve that try. Meanwhile, the placer, as Wern wants to have a look at the contact point, hence the topple forward of the ball. Big kick, the stand reckons it's a conversion, and so indeed does do the two touch judges. 31 points to 14. I reckon they're into injury time, but what a match it's been. Wern, little chippy one that time, and indecision. Roxburgh. The Coven drive there by the fella they call the Bull, Stuart Lane. Now a chance. Wern out. Fullerton. Big leggy fellow, 6'7". Good tackle by McGrandles. Kelso 10 metres line. Rowley trying to work it clear, but in fact comes out the other side. Great break. Afuaqua going. And a great run by McGregor. McGregor feeding back inside to Common. It's another try, and that's the decider. The second try of the afternoon for Alistair Common. That seals it. The Hawks are overjoyed. 36-14 they lead.
Well, this try just fell out the air, didn't it? Great little pass from Hutton here. Afuaqua down the left wing. McGregor, he was in the first mini rugby manual back in the 70s, onto Common.
Marvellous to see a couple of lock forwards taking such a handling part. This is modern rugby for you. One lock to the other, and then the pass perfectly inside for McGregor. Great stuff. The two locks who each scored a try against Paramuir, they got in on that as well for common score. McGregor hauling it round, but not far enough. Referee's whistle goes for the end of the match, and the Glasgow Hawks have won a tremendous contest by 36 points to 14. And John, as you said earlier on, that was a credit to Scottish rugby.
People knock the club game, and if they knock the club game, I'm afraid they're tinged with ignorance, because these are two second division teams that give us a day that, well, would district rugby give us this kind of day? Beautifully clean day. Sad day for Roxburgh, sad day for Kelso, but there's the Glasgow boys. They're happy. They're the people that take away possibly the last big-time cup title.
And David Wilson, the captain of Glasgow Hawks, leads his side up to gather in the trophy. David Wilson holds the cup high. A moment to treasure. It's been a tremendous match. Hawks the winners by 36 points to 14. Now let's go down to pitch side and join Jill Douglas.
Ian, disappointment I know, but you must be very proud of the way the Kelso team played today.
Oh yeah, we played well today. The better team won in the end. They were a bit more physical in presence and all that, but the Kelso boys stuck in. Hope it was a good game to watch, but apart from that, a bit disappointed. So.
Very many congratulations. Really delighted with that win.
Cheers, Jill. Yes, I have to say we made a wee bit heavy work of it, but at the end of the day, I think the form over the season has resulted in a good result. A good win for us anyway.
We've played a great style of rugby, and it's really been enjoyable. And to come to today and win today was the icing on the cake for a great season for the boys. And again, it's a bit of sadness as well that we're splitting up, but this is the way it's going. So, but I think we're going to enjoy ourselves tonight anyway.
Congratulations, happy with that?
Oh, absolutely delighted. It's obviously a winning haircut.
Tommy, you've won the Cup, Glasgow Hawks Team of the Year. You've been named Man of the Match. Very satisfying season for you.
It is. It's been very successful. Also a very enjoyable one. It's been really fulfilling to take out the second division, then the Cup, win a few sevens. All year the team's been encouraged. There's been good support for us from our crowds. We thank them immensely. I'd just like to thank Brian Simmers, Ian Russell, Billy McDonald. Everyone's just done a fantastic job to put us in the situation where we are now. We're just happy to play good rugby for them all.
And you enjoyed the Murrayfield experience?
I did. It was fantastic out there. I hope I get a few more runs out there.
Thanks very much indeed.
Cheers.
And so the Tennent's Velvet Cup on its way to Glasgow. That's it.
Tucker, great running here by the Seeds. Wallace can't get him, and Ian Tucker using a mixture of pace and vision in for Oxford's second try. And this is a real fight back by the Dark Blues. 14 points separating the sides. Breckenridge to Wallace. Common faced by Jensen. Common going for the corner, and he'll get there. And that's a fine turn of speed there by Alistair Common to get the try, which really does clinch it for GHK.
And Watsonian from Bill McLaren.
So the crowd here with rapt attention for the first of the semi-finals between Glasgow High Kelvinside, who've kicked off, and Watsonians. Weather still ideal for sevens rugby. The referee there is the Welsh guest referee Robert Davis, who's refereed at the Dubai and the Hong Kong sevens. With a quick throw into Cameron Little, taken on there by, what a splendid score that was. Alistair Common out of the blue taking the pass and finding a gap up the middle there. And 5 points to nil, GHK in the lead. They've hardly played a minute. It's just a little bit of jiggery-pokery at the line out. Cameron Little taking the short one and just giving it straight back to the lad. And there the wild knockback. Kerr did well. Oh, that was brilliant by Kerr. Now it's Common, and Common showed in seven-a-side rugby that he's prepared to have a go. Wonderful running by him. Out there to Bassey, takes it on. Caldwell going for the corner. That's magnificent rugby by GHK. That's the goal line. A widespread here would just about do it. That again was Adams. Now Bassey once more. Long one out, and it could be a try for Hawks. Hawks must score. And it is indeed a lovely try by Jerry Hawks. They call him the hitman, and the hitman has struck. That was Little feeding on to Hawks coming in. Still danger signals for Hoy, because it's fed out again from Little to Common. Common, the big hefty fellow who's always prepared to have a lick at people. In the nicest sense. Wilson fed it out nicely, and it goes out there to Caldwell. Caldwell tackled. The referee was right on the spot. The touch judge as well. He just was in touch before he put the ball down, Jeff Caldwell, the 20-year-old. Wilson did well to feed the ball out here. And once again, Ewan Logan was the link man to Caldwell. Sharp and Murray the tacklers for Hoyk. Yes, knocked back on the GHK side, but Hoyt got a bit of a drive going there and managed to get over it. Gregor Sharp actually went in there to try and win it, but Kerr has it. Little out there to Common. Common, very well tackled, but he's made the line. The referee right on the spot again, and that is a very important try indeed for GHK. Alistair Common, the 21-year-old, is the scorer. It was a good ball to win. It may have been slow, but Little again using the missed pass. And this time Common, Tony Stanger had him, but the big fella had enough drive to spring almost out of the tackle. Sheer determination if you watch here. Little again, who's used those long passes. And, well, Tony Stanger had him, and then he hadn't. He'll be absolutely thrilled, the big lad who's played for the Caledonian Reds. And George Breckenridge knocks over the conversion, and GHK are strolling away, leading 22 points to 8, and they've played about 12 minutes of the second half. Drive on again. Need I ask you who's doing the driving? Fergus Wallace, like 10 metres line. Little switches. Out there to Ness. Ness gives it on to Caldwell. Caldwell almost outside his man. Taken on there by Uncles. Lovely pass there from the scrum half. Now it's Little. Out there again to Fergus Wallace. Bassey to Common. Common going once more. Common must score his second try. That is magnificent running by the big lad. And that surely seals it for GHK. 27 points to 8, and it was once again Little switching direction. Fergus Wallace, the link man, Bassey, and then once again this big supercharged Blondie. Notice how he drives, makes the line. That's determined running if ever there was. Meanwhile, old White Boots himself, George Breckenridge. Lofted restart kick, but Richard Gray did well to go down and block it for Gala. There's the big one by Dalglish. Oh, sweet bit of play there by Metcalf. That was the Scott Hutton who was up in support. Now Little. Hayes. Simmers. Derek Stark. Great bit of running. This is David Wilson, who looked on the outside, the captain of this Glasgow Hawks side. And there is the counter-attack. Michael Dodge leading it. Great roars all round Netherdale here. Lifting this Gala side, however, it's Gordon Mackay. Oh, there's a great chance here for Alistair Common. And Common is going to go in for a score for the Hawks. A little bit fortuitous maybe, but still a very good score indeed. Very well taken by Alistair Common. His 8th try of the season in the Premiership. And there it was started out by Simon. Now this was Gordon Mackay going. And notice his pass missed out 3 players. And that's what opened up the way for Alistair Common. 3 players missed out by the pass from Gordon Mackay. A good try. Using the big loose forwards once again. Now it's Hayes. Now Wilson. Now Simmers. Simmers out to Stark. Stark back inside to Common. And Common, the other wing, was there and he's gone. Alistair Common scores a splendid try, his 2nd of the match as well. And there's the perfect example of a wing looking for work, appearing on the other side of the pitch from his own. And what a try it was. Hayes first of all to Wilson, missed out Metcalf, and then Simmers with just a little kiddiology here. Got it out to Stark. Stark threatened out inside, then outside. And this lad is suddenly appearing, Alistair Common, and he was clear. It was a great bit of positional support work by that winger. Laid back. David Wilson juggles, caught by Tom Weir, Gala 22. John Amos burrows in there. But it's Little once more. Murray Wallace, Metcalf. Oh, beautifully out again, and it could be a try for Common. And so the laddie's done it again. Alistair Common scores his 3rd try of the afternoon. And, well, the 50 points are up. It's just support work here. Murray Wallace doing the kind of half and half. Metcalf acting as the loop man. And then the basketball pass. And Alistair Common already had a wide gap to go through. It looked as simple in Roxburgh. Kelso field the 15 who brought them through a tight semi-final against Curry. Pacey backs, Ian Fairley a spearhead, John Wern influential in option choice, the lighter pack Ian Fullerton a key line-out target, and an abrasive loose forward trio that includes the captain and their one cap player in Adam Roxburgh. And so the Kelso team being presented to Charlie Ritchie, the president of the Scottish Rugby Union, formerly of Aberdeen Grammar School FP. And there the Kelso support, 16 busloads of Kelso supporters. They come from all over the place. Yettam, Cornhill, Moorbattle, Greenlaw, Gordon, Duns and Churnside, and all points west. And there Angus Meldrum, the managing director of Caledonian Breweries, meeting the Glasgow Hawks side. There Tommy Hayes on the left, an influential figure today. Mike Beckham, the big fella, Charles Afwakwa, and right down the line there, The Simmers brothers together, but no dampening the spirit of the Kelso supporters here today. All the colours of the rainbow. And there we have, in the white jersey, a former shrewd and skilled stand. People can hold front row people like that. However, it's Simmers. Common once again. Common going for the corner, feeding it back inside. It's a try for David Wilson. The captain has given the... Now, Little, Hayes. They've got Stark out there. This is Hayes now. Hayes all the way through. It's Simmers going. Simmers to Common. Common, has he got it down? The Dutch judge indicates that it's okay. And the try is awarded. A brilliant try for Alistair Common.
Well, weight of numbers told in the end. Again, it wasn't perfect, but it was Hayes that just created the little gap. Simmers with a lovely little pass to Common. And Common just gets through Fairley's try and just in.
Meanwhile, the man himself already with Kelso 10 metres line. Rowley trying to work it clear, but in fact comes out the other side. Great break, Afuakwa going, and a great run by McGregor. McGregor feeding back inside to Common. It's another try, and that's the decider. The second try of the afternoon for Alistair Common. That seals it. The Hawks are overjoyed. 36-14 they lead.
Well, this try just fell out of the air, didn't it? Great little pass from Hutton here. Afakwa down the left wing. McGregor, he was in the first mini rugby manual back in the 70s, onto Common.
Marvellous to see a couple of lock forwards taking such a handling part. This is modern rugby for you. One lock to the other, and then the pass perfectly inside for McGregor. Great stuff. The two locks who each scored a try against Boroughmuir, they got in on that as well for Common's score. McGregor hauling it round, but not far enough. Referee's whistle goes for the end of the match, and the Glasgow Hawks have won a tremendous contest by 36 points to 14. And John, as you said earlier on, that was a credit to Scottish rugby.